Want to know what's so crazy, guys? I don't even know if you can hear me well. Want to know what's so crazy? After the video you're going to watch, literally today, I shot this video yesterday, the necklace popped up. So I talked about in this video how I literally lost this necklace like a while ago. And you'll hear the rest of the story when you watch the video. But literally today, coincidentally, it popped back up. So yeah, that's funny. But enjoy the video. It's crazy, right? So I've never really fully done crystal work or work with crystals. I always just gravitated towards certain crystals that I felt like I resonated with, whether it be clear quartz, whether it be rose quartz. I remember going to some really official, like, occult metaphysical stores to just see what they have there, and been brought to these stores by other people, and I always ask like things. Do you guys have things for like visions and sharpening visions and things of that nature? That was very early on in my awakening. What this video is going to be about, by the way, is just giving y'all an update on how everything has been. I shot a video prior to this and like six other ones that just did not make the cut, and it just felt like I wasn't really just being authentically myself in the moment, not like a mask, but as in just not realizing what this channel was for. Because it's like I do this thing where I over explain myself a lot, and that may come from somewhere. I don't know if I've found the final depth within myself or another 100 layers of where that actually comes from. But I remember I made a video saying like I would throw whatever on this channel, but it would be sort of deeper. It would be like the real stuff. So I'm gonna be raw here. I'm 25, level 25, and man, it feels good, dude. I feel radiant. And what's funny is I seen a TikTok recently where someone was talking about, if people say you look younger than you actually are, it's a sign that like your soul or like your spirit is shining through or whatever. I don't know how much I believe that, but it was just funny because literally recently at my job, this woman was like, "How old are you?" And I was like 25, and she was like, "What? I thought 20." And actually, when I was starting a remote job, I basically got my own separate internet box, and the Spectrum tech that came, we're cool now. And we traded social medias and everything, but made a cool little friend like that. Dude, I make friends with people all along this journey. I don't know what it is, dude. Like, it's funny. That's another thing that I wanted to point out. This year and like years prior, it feels like there's been a way more increase in people naturally like gravitating towards me. I remember in like high school that there was this girl who said that about me. Like she was back then really cracked in energy work, talking about like auras and everything. And this was before I had my really huge awakening. But it makes me think about her because she talked about how I have this natural pull where people just want to stop and talk to me in public. And dude, it happens all the time. But this year has been the craziest year for that. And last year, let me tell you. But um one thing I was going to incorporate into this video was a whole whiteboard I had behind me in this one video shoot I was going to do, because I wasn't, it was, this video was supposed to come a lot earlier around my birthday when I turned 25, to talk about the I am and what I've realized from all this knowledge, all the Brother Panic's teachings, all of like, I basically put on this whiteboard all the list of mythical names of like figures who seem like they are borderline fictional or really existed, to real liberated beings here that, i I personally believe that they've hit like the highest level of their mastery in this life, and they could even be somebody who's just coming back here, doing work. um but yeah, man. uh where was I going with that? Because I was just flowing. All of this to say is, I have definitely, oh, that too. The crystals, that's where I was going with that. This is the first time I actually officially lost my Moldavite necklace. And I remember one of my brothers who believed this about necklaces. This was his own experience, and he shared it to me, and he said if it ever happens to you, it's kind of like, but he ended up telling me that you usually lose a crystal or a certain thing that you put your energy into, because let's be honest at this point, and if you're watching this channel, you already know I'm gonna skip right past the beginner level stuff. You know that most of the objects here and everything you use are like your extensions of yourself. Everything is your mind. So it's like you put meaning into everything you have. So it's like the crystals act like as some sort of catalyst or, focus stone for your own power. Well, I had gotten Moldavite, and the guy and his wife who had this super, super dope occult shop called the Looking Glass in Florida, if you're ever there, um, wanted to really sell me this Moldavite necklace, and we chopped it up, and they were such a beautiful couple. And I remember that Moldavite necklace was so sick. Recently, I just lost it. I don't know if it'll turn up or if it even wants to turn up. But the funny part is I lost it around the time where my personal just being able to call things into existence has been at an all-time high. I'm starting to realize now, and I used to say it for the past 2 years, that me and my brother, and it's my brother from another mother, but we have to be very careful about what we say because we end up instantly manifesting things. And and we instantly manifest the things that are easy for us and our subconscious mind to accept as true. So we get the other things, like if you ever need a job, money, this, that, we can do it. But the negative stuff are things that we still have to kind of wire out because our programming was so heavy on that, and we've undone a lot of the programming, but it can still come back and get us. And it just made me think about everything recently. It's been super wild. I feel super, super elevated on a whole different level. I feel like I'm watching my words a lot more carefully. Like, this is a funny way I explain it. It feels like I'm super cracked and super dealing with like the energies and the dualities of this place, trying to make sure I stay in the middle point and not get pulled to one side and really keep this balance. That like these last 8 months, since I met like literally the love of my life, dude, is like, she is like literally that connection, like that soulmate connection. It's crazy. We reflect each other. So much about us is the same. It's insane to see. It's like on a spiritual level, it's like looking at myself when I first awakened, but then on all of my mannerisms and things like that and everything, and just, you know, and she tells me I allow her to be in her feminine completely, and that just feels really good because she said she's never had that. So it's amazing. It's really cool. But it's a really cool experience. We're learning a lot from each other, and I don't even know what more to say. I'm just like grateful for all the masters on here and everyone else who's doing the work, because this is not an easy journey. And that's also kind of why I wanted to make this video, to say for anyone out there who's like, feeling doubtful of the knowledge they're intaking, or feeling doubtful of their journey or their path or anything like that, keep pushing, because it gets so much better. I met a woman literally in an interview. She was I don't know, I think I'm going to call her the hiring manager. We ended up chopping it up. It ended up being so synchronistic, where we both had experiences that were so similar throughout our life. She was just like the woman version of it. Like, and how she told me her things, and how her conscious path was in this experience, and like, you know, being back here on earth, all the great. I'm like, what? And this was February, and I was telling her I used to have visions and dreams about 2025 being the year like everything is, comes to completion. Funny enough, my life path number is 9. People were saying the year 2025 was the year of the 9. To me, anything external really doesn't, it's cool. It doesn't validate me though. I validate myself, but it's just funny to see that a lot of the things that line up with me, I kind of have this like, oh, I'm not shocked it's like this, because it really feels like I'm hitting that level where it's like, okay, I know this shit. Like, I'm really embodying this shit, and I'm just about it. I know I keep saying shit, but dude, I'm just being raw. It feels like I'm becoming so cracked, and I'm glad, because I've been on the up and down forever. But I remember this woman who was the hiring manager telling me, watch, when you get around like 28 or your late 30s, or not late 30s, early 30s, that's when everything starts really figuring itself out and molding. And she said, I don't want to speak for everyone. She just said, just for her though, she realized that's where things started to calm down and make more sense on this path. And I'm laughing because I wonder if that's why Jesus was 33, or does that have to do with something else, the symbolism? I don't know. But anyways, I just thought it was funny. And it also lines up with what people say through like how men go through their three things. But for me, it's funny. They say your frontal lobe is fully developed at age 25. And it was funny because at my job when I was being a dental assistant, one of the women there made a joke about that. She was like, wait till you hit 25. It's just like something clicks. But for me, it didn't, because I had an awakening. So isn't that ironic? Back when I was 18, the real awakening hit me. And I used to say when I was 18 I felt 30 years old. So when I hit 25, it just felt like, what, another fucking day, which I always used to say my birthday was. So that's another example to show you how perception is reality. So it's very funny, very, very funny. But things have definitely been on the up, and I've been managing more on how not to. So after I left Texas, I've been realizing the reason for leaving Texas was to learn how to truly not react to my 3D existence again. It's putting me through the same level of trials that I had to go through before to really lock in. Am I removed from all the things that try to emotionally pull me outside of myself? Because one of the biggest things happened in Texas, and I was completely removed from that event. I felt no pain, guilt, regret towards the person involved with everything, but it was so insane to then get home and be dealing with like 8 more things revealed in my family, all this stuff coming up, then to meet literally the love of my life, and like all of this stuff, just so many like so many angles and so many obstacles and lessons to learn. And to really, it was like, it really just felt like what my matrix was reflecting back to me was, have you embodied and learned everything you've learned over these years since the what is it, what do they call the point where like stuff hits the fan, where like a bomb falls, or like the bomb is dropped, the fallout zone, not like the fallout zone, not like the aftermath, but like it, like the touchdown point. Like that's what this all feels like, is like the touchdown point is, I think, damn, where was I going with that? Because I kind of got distracted as I tried to explain that analogy, but it feels like I'm in that, or whatever it is. Like, I, anyways, long story short, it's been crazy. I mean, manifestations out the ass. Like I'm in an area. This is another funny thing too. I'm in an area where people say it's hard to get jobs, hard to get careers and everything like that. And me, I'm just saving again and stacking up to move. But it has not been hard for me at all. Every time, I've never let that narrative about this place that I live in ever get to me. And literally, since being here, I've been job hopping here and there, because it's just like I'm trying to find the right fit and not be miserable. My intuition has just been telling me about certain positions, but I've been moving off of my intuition, and it's getting better and better and sharper and sharper. And I've met very great people, been able to stack some funds to get ready to move to where I know my next evolution is, because I seen it in visions years ago, and I couldn't yet understand it, but I knew one day it was all going to make sense and all lined up, and I was going to get close to it. But I do sometimes I get in my head and do wish back then I just listened to myself and listened to my dreams, or knew how to commune with how my higher self was trying to show me these symbols through my subconscious of what I needed to do and where I needed to go. But I've definitely gotten better with it now. That's another thing, the dreams. I don't even think I've just been gone off of this channel. Dude, I've had dreams about like some green pulsing energy fucking blowing up outside of me, and in a meditation, and I was saving kids and everything like that. Then I end up in a career where I'm working around children, and also like Michael, I think it's Archangel Raphael, happens to be someone who's like works with kids, and his energy is symbolized around green. So I was like, damn, was I tapping into Raphael? It was Raphael technically? And aren't these angel archetypes of us also, like the mythologies of the gods? Like the gods and the pantheons just represent us, aspects of us. So I was like, yo, fucking, I'm tapping into, I guess, the true essence of me. And it was crazy because in this dream where my heart was I was completely lucid too, by the way. I was like fending these kids off from this force, this dark like entities trying to like take these people and everything. Like it felt like a vampiric type of blood sucking energy is what I can say, or a parasitic entity. And I got like swarmed by them, and then my heart in the dream grew green, and it was just this loud voice in the sky that was like, remember who you are. And I woke up sweating and everything. That shit was insane. And then in another dream, I met like what one woman told me, who what she thought was like an avatar of Sophia. There was this big ass dragon that like touched the center of my head, and this woman that kept telling me to remember love and remember that this is all about love. So, you know, I remember Brother Panic saying that one time before, that you're here to find your love, or your Lisa and all that. And I'm like, it's just funny. It's funny how all these things line up. And it's like, I don't ever go looking for it. I always stated in the beginning of my awakening, I want the rawest experience. I want the raw. I want the truth. I only want to resonate with the creators that have cold hard integrity with this. No one's selling you bullshit. People telling you to go where to find the information that they sift through to either learn or better formulate the things that they were experiencing in. Because like when I read the holographic universe or cyclomancy and all these things, or even just even other things that don't really have to do with the metaphysics or quantum physics, I've noticed how when you read the books, they are really things you already know. And then like the books kind of validate what you already assumed to be true about reality since your awakening. It's like you had this sort of divine knowing. So yeah, man, I've always said since the beginning of my journey, I only would like the rawest of experiences with any spiritual shit. Keep me away from all the foo-foo and people trying to commercialize this. And I think that's also why I came across someone like Panic and B.O.B. So, I mean, it's been great. This has been amazing. I feel like I'm definitely locking in and unlocking and getting to a state where I'm really going to be in this mode where I can just say things for sure, know things for sure, be so unmoved and unshaken in the Godhead that I don't know, reality just bends to my will, and I just treat this shit like a playground. I've been treating it like a playground, but definitely still things catch me out in the 3D. Not all the time. Actually, recently I had one of like my biggest releases. I just cried for like an hour and a half straight about like one thing that I felt like I never healed from, and I just cried, broke down in front of my love, and she was just like wishing she was here because she's home. She was wishing that she could hold me, and it was tough. It was tough. And I just broke down. And after that though, dude, if I felt so much better just to have that release. That's why if you ever see this manifestation content or stuff like that, where they tell you, you know, like thoughts manifest, you know, where people get nervous about what, no, feel your feelings, just don't identify with them. You know, like that for me, that came up because I think I'm moving to a next level. So that had to come up and get out. And it did. It felt crazy. I was like, wow. Like I felt really good after, and just kind of in this Zen state again, because usually my mind is blank. Like it's literally, I've meditated so much. That's another thing too. My meditation on another level. I see wormholes, crystal cities, the fucking flashing lights. And I think I'm almost at direct connection with my higher self, but I feel the spinning, the fucking kundalini going up my back. My whole body be feeling on fire. It's freaking insane. But that's one thing. It's just been a lot. So it's a lot. It's also a lot to play on the certain levels, because with any of you out there, and why I said my message earlier about, I commend all of you, and my love goes out to all of you on this journey. It's not easy having to like play the certain levels when you're in front of groups of people, like certain groups of people. You just know where and when to say this information and where and when not to, and just keep it you know, surface level, your normal stuff. Keep it like, oh yeah, that's awesome, blah blah blah, you know. But we know what was really going on and how this is all energy and etc etc. So that's just where I've been at. I hope you guys out there have been well. I promise I was not trying to just disappear forever, in case anyone was looking forward to me like posting updates here and there. I think I'll have a few more videos that come up a little more frequently too, a little close to each other. But I wanted to get this one out because it was supposed to come out with my birthday, and I was gonna have like this very strong, come with this powerful message, just being like, you are the I am. Understand that you are the I am. All these names on the board, no matter if it was Brother Panic to Buddha to whatever, you're the Buddha, you're the Panic, you're the Christ. It is you. It's just what, go to the self. Go to the self. Because all those are just names and titles, but the true you is the infinite and nameless, chaotic, primordial shit behind this. And when you truly tap into that, you become something else. You become pretty unstoppable. And I don't know, your mind changes. It does. It literally feels like your DNA changes, man. It feels like you as Panic used to say about this, and even like some of these books show you, it's in our DNA, like this divine spark, this like, I don't know, it comes online. This shit in your genetic, like, it just comes online. It comes online for real. But the biggest thing to get it online is to really realize all of this is just coming for you. Coming from you. And simplifying it, man, is you are the I am. And that's originally what this video was going to be. You are the I am. You are the I am. As a man thinketh, so he is. As above, so below. I don't even know if I'm saying all these shits right. But as in heaven, like, you are it. You are it. You are literally, in essence, walking around as whatever your name is. Like me, Rel, Lunar was lost, Alchemist Rel, all these egos are a manifested energy of the divine, of source, of God, of whatever, of your original state, whatever you want to call it. You walking here like this is the avatar, a little avatar in that whole giant light ball or whatever you want it, I think I remember Panic saying one time that it's Cynetta or something like that. This like this organic simulated thing. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, trying to go off of memory, because it's been a while since I really tapped into anything from Panic. But I do time to time where I get this weird intuitive feeling to go find one of his re-uploads, and then I get a message and I'm like, and then I go right back to my daily thing. Or even, I haven't really needed videos much anymore. It's kind of crazy. Well, like videos or anything, because I used to use videos to, if I was slipping, I would use them as like little like crutches to lean on really quickly. But then again, you start to realize over time, you're the crutch. You lean on yourself. Meditate. Also, I don't really know why I wasn't meditating more with how strong my meditations were getting. But honestly, it freaked me out. I had to stop meditating for a bit because I was going so hard that I was like literally, it felt like I was on fire, but it felt like a purifying fire. But it was the vibration that was freaking me out. Because when you have like an out of body experience, there's like a point where you feel the literal levels, like the vibrations. Like, come on, Nikola Tesla said it. Think in terms of vibration, energy, and frequency if you want to understand the universe. And you can feel this like separation or like bubble up when you leave your body. I don't know if anyone else feels that, but I do. And that's like where you're not supposed to get scared, or you get like pulled right back into your body. And that's what I messed up. But anyways, I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'm out of here. Much love as always, and stay up. And remember, you are the I am. You got this. Anything, like, the power is within you. None of these names, none of these liberated beings are different from you. The only difference between you and anyone who's walked the path and successfully got through it and created the life that they wanted to down here and learned what they had to do, what purpose they had to do, is the choice. You're either going to do it or you don't. And that's it. There's no difference between today and tomorrow. It's like a Groundhog Day. It's just you make the choice. Perception is reality. As above, so below. As within, so without. I think that's one of my favorite, I don't know, spiritual phrase in all my years. I loved saying as above, so below. I love the Yggdrasil tree. I mean, yeah. All right. Peace out, guys. I'm tired. I've been trying to shoot this video all day, shoot other videos. I've got like 19 tabs open. I'm doing the most right now, but anyways, love y'all. I'm out.